Hello, my friends. Welcome to this now moment that we are here sharing together. Here now, present. I'm just so excited to have this right here in front of you. Excalibur Briefing. I'm outside the Patrick Flanagan Library and just borrowed it for a quick moment, but it's directly from Tom Bearden to Patrick Flanagan. To Pat Flanagan, with appreciation and best regards, Tom Bearden. So I wanted to show you all this specific section on the Atlantean Power Crystal, as he calls it. So I found it quite activating just to see this and to know that it exists. And the story is quite incredible, so let's go for it. An Atlantean Power Crystal. The next two photographs are of a most amazing quartz crystal sphere removed from a chamber in a pyramid underneath the surface of the ocean in the Bermuda Triangle. Dr. Ray Brown purportedly removed the object in a dive while treasure hunting with several friends after a storm had stirred the sandy ocean floor in 1968. Brown describes how he swam into a chamber in the pyramid after swimming around it 3 times, and how he saw 7 stone seats surrounding 2 hand-like stone holders for the crystal in the center of the table or dais, with a 2-inch metallic rod running down vertically from the roof of the stone chamber and pointing directly at the crystal. Brown plucked the crystal from the holder and ascended to the surface. He found that his companions had brought some non-operative objects to the surface, which appeared to be some sort of strange electrical apparatus. Brown himself had a strange foreboding and a strong impulse against returning to the site, and he refused to do so. 3 of his companions reportedly returned at a later date, and their boats were found floating abandoned in the triangle. The 3 men were never seen again. The crystal does indeed have some strange properties. In the first picture, one can clearly see a very sharply outlined pyramid-shaped inclusion inside the quartz. The pyramidal inclusion is dark, but the crystal is absolutely clear. However, the second photo shows that the quartz is milky when seen from a different angle. Here, 3 pyramids can be seen. Other objects have been seen and photographed in the crystal from time to time. The Pyramid Guide, Volume 5, Number 4, there is a photograph of the crystal showing a very distinct human-like iris and eyelid appearing in it, making it resemble nothing so much as a giant human eye. In that photo, the 3 pyramids are not visible. While I have not personally investigated the crystal and examined it in detail, some general remarks can be made. Brown reported finding the pyramid after a huge storm had stirred the ocean, including the ocean's sandy bottom. This had revealed outlines on the bottom resembling buildings, which had attracted the attention of the treasure hunters. 2. Such a storm over the ocean's great water mass is an excellent kindler of bioenergy. In other words, Brown and his companions were definitely in a place which should have had an enormous kindling of bioenergy from the biosphere and the collective human unconscious. 3. Sufficient publicity has been given the Bermuda Triangle's mysterious disappearances to have its alleged ability to open a window between worlds implanted deeply into the unconsciousness of a large number of persons. 4. Brown was with a group of persons who were sharing the same sensations with the storm and surrounding area, so there was sufficient coherence of their personal unconsciousness to accomplish at least some degree of tuning. 5. The legends of Atlantis were in great revival period in the late 1960s from the popularizing of Edgar Cayce's work and other material, as indeed was the Egypt, Pyramid, Atlantis mythology in general. So conditions were very ripe for a tolpoidal contact, see part 2, of extensive magnitude, perhaps even to the point of tuning in the ruins and pyramid for a period. Brown also reported sensing an omniscient-like presence, which is symptomatic of many such tolpoidal contacts or materializations. In such a case, Brown could have actually swum into such a period that had materialized from the collective unconscious, which, after all, has the psychokinetic power of Uri Geller times 10 to the 4 billionth power or so, and which largely maintains the format of our physical reality in the first place. The collective unconscious has no difficulty in creating even many alternate worlds or materializing and dematerializing entire areas, let alone in producing a single pyramid and a ruined city. Brown's action in plucking the crystal out of its holder and swimming back to the surface would also have constituted a tuning/kindling, which was returning with the crystal into the normal world, in which case it could have been tuned into complete stability so that it would endure rather than fade away, as do most tolpoids. Until we have developed psychotronic instruments to scan the crystal and reveal its true story, we cannot say for certain that any of the above actually happened, and that some sort of delusion or fakery was not involved. The point is, it could have happened just as Brown reported it, in the theory I have constructed in the second part of this book. Until we free our minds from the present bias that physical reality is always permanent and unchanging, we shall never be able to adequately investigate such phenomena as Brown's strange crystal. Whoa! I had read this before, but not, certain details really became pronounced. So again, this is Excalibur Briefing by Tom Bearden. Thomas E. Bearden. Excellent book. I had never even heard of it before until arriving at this amazing little tiny Patrick Flanagan library in Sedona, and just so grateful. I'm gonna go look for more treasures. One last quick thing I just wanted to bring up with you all, and I'll go and do more, is, do we have access to personal bliss? And do each of us have ways that we can, on our own, spending time with ourselves, feel such unbridled joy and just complete giddiness? And do we have access to that adequately to do it on our own, playing our favorite song and dancing, or reading a favorite book, or planting seeds in the garden, or planting seedlings in a green, with lights, and preparing for the summer garden, or gosh, sewing, knitting, caring for animals, spending time with family. I mean, yes, there can be other people involved too. Like, I'm, there's no limitation, but knowing how to do it on our own without anyone present is a good indicator we can do it with other people. So I'll go into that more another time, and maybe more strategies on how to do that. But I hope you all enjoyed this story. I did a post and then I realized, oh wait, I just did read this to you all. All right, hope everyone is feeling amazing. So much love to you all. My beautiful sparkly pixel of light friends that you are. Hoping that we can all shine really, really bright. So much love. All right, take care.